Mr. Baby. I have caused Egypt to err. That's how you know it's off, because normally Jake would get with his white woman and treat her like a princess.
Right,
just like normally Eve would get with her white man, and now Esau is the new deadbeat.
Right.
Y'all see that video with the black woman, a social media influencer? She was talking so bad about black men. Then she went and got a white man, and then she came out and said the white man ain't S-H-I-T.
Right.
Said she was paying all the bills. He never worked. She got him from, we went over his class. She got him, he was living in his mother's house in the basement, sleeping on a block mattress. Right. So all that about the white man is better was a front.
Right.
Right? It was a big front. The white man wasn't sugar honey iced tea.
Right.
So now the roles are reversed and curses are there. Now the black woman starting to come. You know it's bad when he starting to complain about the white man.
Right, right.
The white man night is shining up. Right. So you know it's bad. Like the person like that. And they have caused Egypt to err. Egypt is in error, God. And every work thereof. And every work, meaning in every capacity you can think of, is confusion. Right, come on. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. The Lord said, just like a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right, that's how everything is, just all twisted up and jacked up. Right, come on. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. Was the head or tail? The Lord said there's not going to be any work for Egypt. The Lord, like I tell you in Jeremiah, he's going to cut off the sower from Babylon. Like I tell you in Ecclesiastes, the sound of the grinding is going to be low. Right, good? Was the head or tail? They're already bringing out the videos with the robots.
Right.
And so the robots is going to take the basic jobs, man.
Right.
The manual jobs, right. The AI and the robots. Right, good? Rent or rust? What do I say? Rent or rust? When they said now you can basically just tell AI what you want and it's just done.
Right.
Right. So what do you think that's good? Oh, we can save $10 million a year using AI. We don't need no human laborers, man.
Right.
Right. So that's going to start cutting off the workforce.
Right.
By that, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. The Lord said what? In that day shall Egypt be like unto women. It's going to be weak. America's going to be weakened. It's going to be like women. It's going to be weak.
Right.
God. And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts. That is going to be afraid because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts. Right. Because the things they're going to be seeing that the Lord going to be doing to this society. That's what we're talking about. Isaiah 29:6.
I got this real juicy chariot the Most High had manifest in Brazil.
See that? You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Look at that. Yeah. And they try to say a lot of that is AI. And it's doctored videos. But now a lot of that stuff look real. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, man. See that? Can I put down the video right now?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's my favorite with AI.
Yeah.
Look at that.
They tried to get a bill for with that.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Hey, what were you saying?
Isaiah 29 verse 6.
Isaiah 29 verse 6. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 verse 6.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. The Lord said the earth and the people therein are going to be visited of the Lord of hosts. God.
With thunder.
With what?
With thunder.
Thunder, come on.
And with earthquake.
And that's another thing.
Edomite woman.
You're going to be cheering for the doctor. Right? He just happened to be a Brooklyn.
Right.
And see black men.
Right.
That's what I mean. She's gonna have some dreams tonight.
She was like that scene in I'm going to get you, sucker. Power to the people. Remember that?
Yeah, you know. Right? They want to watch. They want to watch. Yeah. They come and say, yo, never had a black man.
Right.
Yeah. And then he said, it was off, man. The man said, it's doing the thing, and then you might try to get it back. Like, damn, I need to know.
Oh, wow.
You know, Off as hell, huh?
Yeah, a lot of times they be wanting to watch.
Right, yeah.
Esau's bugged out like that, you know what I'm saying? He want to watch it, then he probably want to join in.
That happened with that no jumper dude, Adam for no jumper.
Yeah.
He had a Jake bang his ribbon, but he wanted to watch. You know, no jumper the podcast.
He's
Yeah.
a freak out.
Yeah, he wanted the Jake to smash his wife. Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
He's a freak off. Yeah. Tariq said that. Tariq said he came in the studio one time and it was filled with
it was all time. He had to step over freakiness, man.
freak. Yeah, a lot of times Esau want to watch.
Yeah.
Right, you know, for Valentine's Day I want to treat her, she got a black cat.
Right.
Here's your chocolate.
Like a present. The toy.
Here's your chocolate.
The toy like Richard Pryor.
I don't have to get you the box of chocolates. Here's a chocolate maker. Right, read. There's some
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Ken. All right. Fuck yeah. All praises. All praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahushai. And that's true. Esau is there's nobody more vain, more perverse than Esau. All right, and we're going to talk about, should there be sympathy? Should there be sympathy for the devil? We're going to go over some scriptures regarding that. Should there be sympathy for the devil? Let's start with 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 37. Let's talk about prophecies, because a lot of prophetic things are happening now. So looking at the plane crashes, you have a mysterious disease in Africa, I believe the Congo, disease X, they're calling it now. There's another COVID-like disease. I don't even say the name, but they might shadow ban you. But there's another disease in China. They haven't talked about it, but we're about to see what's going on with that. Donald Trump is going to be sentenced for, I believe, the hush money case on January 10th. On January 20th, he's supposed to be sworn into office as the next president of the United States. Okay, so you can see that the Most High is destroying this place. Esau's not having a lot of children. His mortality rate exceeds his birth rate, and he's pretty much disappearing in front of our eyes. So should we have sympathy for him? I know how we are. We're very sympathetic group of people. Let's let bygones be bygones. But let's see what the scriptures say. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, and verse 37. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. So they're fighting against each other, and then they see Yahushai, and they start to fight against him. Verse 38, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame. And he shall destroy them without labor by the law, which is like unto fire. All right. So, you can see it now, they're like, what's going on in the sky? They're like, well, shoot it down. And that's what's going to be happening. They're going to try to fight against Yahushua. So should we have sympathy for these people? They're going to fight against the Savior. Let's continue on. Let's go to Psalm chapter 137. It's like 137 and verse 7. Let's go back in time, right? Okay, one way to find out what could potentially happen in the future, you got to see what happened in the past, okay? Because the past tends to repeat itself. Okay, so that's why knowing who you are, where you came from, what your ancestors been through is crucial. All right, Psalm chapter 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So they're saying, destroy it, destroy it. They wanted us destroyed, even to the foundation, and having a group of people wanting you utterly destroyed in the past, they probably will do the same thing in the future. Notice, Donald Trump ran on a platform of getting these Israelites out of here. One of 10 tribes, getting them out of the country. Okay. And also, he said, if you have a problem with Israel, we'll get you out of here. So if anybody reads, Revelation 2:9 or Revelation 3:9, you have potential to get deported, even though you're from the United States of America. So once, evil is in power, you're going to see why, why he's called evil. It's for a reason. All right, let's go to Numbers chapter 20 and verse 17. Take it even further back. Numbers chapter 20, verse 17. Let us pass, I pray thee, through thy country. We will not pass through the fields or through the vineyards, neither will we drink of the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway. We will not turn to the right hand nor to the left until we have passed thy borders. We're just asking, can we just pass through, coming out of slavery, probably tired, wandering through the wilderness. Let me just pass through. I'm not going to take anything. We're not going to touch your vineyards. We're not going to drink your water. We're not going to the left hand, to the right. We're just passing through, making it to the promised land. Verse 18. And Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass by me, lest I come out against thee with the sword. Like, yo, you're not coming by here. If you do, it's a war, So that type of energy has always been prevalent in Edom, in the Edomites, in Idumea, okay? Esau, always been like that. To think there would change at this point in time is insane. That's insanity. Just being here on the shores of America, you can see centuries worth of imprisonment and torture, prolonged torture. Just working from sun up to sundown your entire life for centuries. How does a person like that change? And it's not like they willingly let us free. They'll say that in a minute, like, well, we want to let you free. Well, you're the ones that enslaved us. And the reality is, Nat Turner having the vision from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai with the blood on the leaves and, things of that nature, what they call slave rebellions, put Esau on notice that you're not safe. If, it'd be hard to go to sleep tonight knowing what happened to your neighbor the night before. So that was a catalyst in us being free. And then having Abraham Lincoln say, well, we'll send you back to Africa. You'll be safer there. You'll never be accepted here in America. Well, here we are. It's true, not accepted in America, but need acceptance. The way the Most High is working right now, everybody can see that there's a plane crash once a day, at least, somewhere around the world. And this is after they had these mass drone sightings, well, continue to have these mass drone sightings throughout the four corners of the world. Okay, so, Esau want us destroyed. Esau wouldn't let us walk through their territory. What else? Let's go to First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 60. Just coming off of the Hanukkah beautiful feast, rededicating the temple. And during that time period, this is during the Greek captivity, okay? Difference between the Greeks and the Romans, both Edomites, okay? So let's read that. First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 60. At which time, according to the commandment, they put to death certain women that had caused their children to be circumcised. Now, according to the law, it's supposed to circumcise your children. And what did the Greeks do? What did the Edomites do? Us following our laws that the Most High gave us, they put to death the women that circumcised their children. You know, now Eve will talk about swirl life, get yourself a white zaddy, right? But as the elder was talking about before coming on, the grass ain't greener on the other side. You know, you're dealing with a stone cold killer. One guy chopped up Eve, put her in different locations, dumpster here, lake here, first date, I think took her out for seafood, a nice seafood dinner, whether that's true or not, I don't know if they had seafood, but I believe so. That's what I remember hearing. And that was the last time she had ever had anything, messing with him. All right, verse 61. And they hanged the infants about their necks and rifled their houses and slew them that had circumcised them. So, and the children, that's why it's so easy for them to destroy the children in Gaza. If there's a hospital there, they could bomb that in a heartbeat without worrying about it. The United States doesn't care. Israel doesn't care. Esau will kill children in a heartbeat. The move house had children in it. They knew children were there. They shot it up and the children died. And then they took the children's bones and have them displayed in the University of Pennsylvania, stole their bones. Oh, we killed everybody. We'll just steal their bones and use them for quote unquote research at a prestigious university. It costs a whole lot of money to go there. This is Esau. This is what he does, So he got caught. He got caught doing that. And it's sorry, my mistake. And then maybe a couple months later, a year later, got caught again with more bones. So this is what they do. Okay, let's continue on. All right, let's go to First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 12. So destroying it to the foundation thereof, won't let you walk through their land, killed your women, killed the children, and let's see what they do to where you worship. All right, this is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 12. And behold, our sanctuary, even our beauty and our glory is laid waste, and the Gentiles have profaned it. Anytime Esau gets a hold of anything, profanes it. He's a profane person. Look at the it was a situation where a so-called priest was making a film, an adult film, on the altar in the church. And the only reason anybody found out about it, somebody was walking by the church and said, "Oh wow, the lights are on. Let me go check this out." And saw the priest with a few ladies of the night on top of the altar in the church. And I'm gonna be one to say, I'm assuming that's not the first time he did that, you know? So he's not like he did it the first time and got caught. This is probably something that he does. And that's something that is in Esau's history. So to hear him do something like that is not far-fetched. So here they are back in the time of Maccabees, in time of the Greek captivity, profaning our sanctuary. All right, let's go to Amos 1 and 11. So should we have sympathy for the devil? Or is the devil always going to be the devil? Are we always going to have to go through these things as long as he's in power? Or is on the earth, always going to have to keep an eye on him, right? Let's go to Amos chapter 1 and verse 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. Esau really has a problem with us. Really has an issue. And in reality, we were going to war with each other in Rebecca's womb. She had to inquire of the Lord, what is going on? These boys are fighting left and right. It's always going to be like that. Okay. And the thing about Esau, he's very sneaky and conniving. He'll pretend like, no, everything's fine. What are you talking about? Elon Musk, to hear him talk and all his multiple dog whistles, anybody that has a brain, like, this guy's very racist. He's actually he's actually an Edomite from Africa. So you can imagine he's part of that whole apartheid and taking people's lands and saying it's theirs, you know? So he's like a typical racist. And that's how Esau is. He won't admit to it, for the most part. If he's making money off of the backs of so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which all Edomites in America are, and this land, there's Gads and Reubens. They realize that, okay, if I mess up, I might look bad in the media or people might boycott me. So let me just not be that racist. But once you have businesses that are getting sued for the amount of racism there, then it becomes the culture, you know? Um, Elon talks a lot about replacement theory, like these people are going to replace us. And that's the thoughts of Esau. Any way possible to get these Negroes out of here, we want to think about it. Oh, they're trying to replace us, so we got to get rid of them first. So that's just how Esau operates. Always been like that. Okay. And let's go to the time of Ahaz, right? Let's go to Second Chronicles chapter 28, verse 17. King Ahaz. So he's looking for help, right? Verse 16 talks about sent to the kings of Assyria to help him. Verse 17, Second Chronicles chapter 28, verse 17. For again, the Edomites had come to smitten Judah and carried away captives. All right. So at this time period, Esau comes and smittens Judah and carries away captive. Okay. Verse 18, the Philistines also had invaded the cities of the low country and the south of Judah, had been taken Beth Shemesh and Ajalon and uh Jederoth and Shoko with the villages thereof, and Timnah and the villages thereof, and Gizmo and also and the villages thereof, and they dwelt there. Okay, but I just wanted to get that Esau was always giving the Israelites a hard time and keeping captives. So when it talks about that in Amos, he's always doing that. So it says, for 3 transgressions and for 4, 3 strikes you're out. Just he's adding more, um, and being reckless towards his brother. All right, let's get more on that. Let's go to Esther. Esther chapter 3 and verse 12. So it's different captivities, same devil following us around and giving us a hard time. Oh, Slakia, not Ezra. Esther. Esther chapter 3. Esther chapter 3 and verse 12 and reads, Then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, in the name of the king Ahasuerus was it written and sealed with the king's ring. So it translated different province, different languages. So this is a big deal. Decree from the king is a big deal. It's like the President Trump is going to have a decree. He's already talked about it. Is that any illegal aliens are going to be, or migrants that are in the country illegally, quote unquote, will be deported. It's a big deal, and it's going against the 10 tribes of Israel. Who's to say, right? We go back in slavery times. Who's to say that the everybody that they deport is illegal? That happened. You look at 12 years a slave. They're like, oh no, here, see some slave catchers like, oh no, I'm free. Here's my paperwork. They're like, take the paperwork and say, what paperwork? You're coming with me. You know, um, who's to say they won't do that? And who's going to stop them? Where's the oversight? How do you oversee the devil and expect them to do the right thing? It's not going to happen. Okay. So these things are nothing new, but as you see, this decree was going throughout the whole providence. This is like being aired out on TV. This is what's going to happen. All right. Verse 13. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month, which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey. So not only are they going to kill everybody, women, children, it doesn't matter, in a day, and then steal the things that they have. That was the decree of the king, right? Given to Haman, which is a Amalekite. All right, he comes from the line of Amalek. Read, you go up to verse 10, um, and go through his lineage. All right, continue on. Let's go to Second Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 20. So when you look at Ezekiel 9 verse 4 on down, talks about the angel, whoever doesn't have the mark, right? The angel's going to slay both old and young. Okay. So the idea that, well, that doesn't happen. Why would God let that happen? The 42 children got tore up talking against the prophet. You know what I mean? But that's the Most High God. He'll tear up some children in a minute, and Esau will do it just because the person didn't bow to him. Trying to play God, and that's what happened to him. He tried to play God. He got the gallows out for Mordecai, and the Most High switched it around, and he used the gallows on him and his family. All right. So he wants to be like God. Like, he wants to be able to have decrees where he just kills whole groups of people. And right now, he's being successful. Look at Gaza, destroying Gaza, and Syria, destroyed Syria. Hamas, or that's Hezbollah, right now is fighting Syria rather than fighting Israel. So he has that whole region turned upside down and on its head. That's the devil. Okay. Let's read 2nd Maccabees chapter 7 verse 20. But the mother was marvelous above all and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of one day, she bare it with a good courage because of the hope that she had in the Lord. So that woman had to watch her 7 sons get destroyed in the space of one day. One day she lost 7 sons, and in the most egregious, diabolical way possible, or different ways to destroy people, right? And then they killed her as well, all because they wouldn't conform, and they have no problem killing entire families, like it says in, back then in with Haman, women, children, go back to the Greeks, same situation. Infants rifled, hung the infants up by their necks. So should we have sympathy for them now that things are coming back to them? Now that pestilence is all over the country, or well, not necessarily in America as of yet, but so over the world, on its way to America to shut down their economy. That planes are falling out the sky. That there's obvious judgments taking place worldwide and within these borders of the United States of America. Should we have sympathy for them? I don't think so. You know, the Christmas parades getting ran over there in Germany. The New Year's Eve parades getting ran over in New Orleans. Several people perished, 15 people, I believe. Keep talking about these Princeton grads. They graduated from Princeton. So what? You know what I mean? Even in when everybody dies, still got that supremacy. We got to talk about the most important people, the people that went to the Ivy League schools. All right. But God's taking them down. Should we have sympathy for that? Should we be sympathetic? Let's see. Let's see what the scriptures say. Proverbs chapter 21. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So, Swirl Life. This is my friend. This is my best friend I grew up with. This is Paul Wall. Paul Wall is my best friend. Here's Eminem, my best friend. We grew up together down the street, man. I don't care just because you say he's white or, he's an Edomite. He's my best friend. What does God say? He said, the wicked shall not go unpunished. He's still going to catch it. You can't stay in front of the bullets. Well, you can. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's go to Isaiah 13 and 15. A lot of people, our people are there's a level of compassion, and then there's a level of brainwashing. You've been brainwashed to love your enemy. It's called Stockholm syndrome. They coined that term. It was a bank robbery in Stockholm, Sweden, I believe, and the the captives got to know the bank robbers as people and looked at them differently and say, man, they're not so bad, you know. Just because he has a gun to my face and says he's gonna blow me away if I don't give him all my money, he's not a bad guy, because he had time to spend with the captives. So they um made it seem like they were decent people, right? For survival purposes. This person will kill me. So they're not so bad. You guys are the ones giving them problems. They're not so bad, but that's psychological warfare, and our people are subjected to that. Centuries. Instead of sitting in a bank with somebody for a couple of days, we were here in this country for centuries dealing with them, and that's what Stockholm syndrome is. You know, this person hung your grandmother, was you know scraping the grandfather's buck breaking and doing all this stuff. And, for survival purposes, our people said, they're not so bad. They're just trying to make a couple bucks. Don't you dare talk about this Edomite like that. You know, but let's see what the scriptures say. Isaiah 13, verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So, if you're found with them, you're perishing along with them. Okay? You're joined unto them, you're gonna fall by the sword. This is what the scriptures say. You know? And a lot of our people, that's how they're gonna get taken out of here. Not understanding the power of the scriptures or what God has in store, the prophecies. It's already prophetic that they're gonna fight against Christ and he's gonna destroy them. With the flame of his mouth. Or but the symbolically speaking, he's gonna be in a chariot and zap them. you know let's continue. Let's go to Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1. Sirach chapter 13 and verse 1, and it reads, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. So if you're touching dirt, you're going to be dirty. If you're dealing with evil, you're going to be on some evil type time. Okay. And you can go up to the chapter 12, and it talks about if you get bit by if a snake charmer gets bit by a snake, you got pity on him. No, this is what you chose to do. You chose to play around with that snake and you got bit. You chose to play around with them Edomites and you got bit. That's why when that woman was found cut up all over the and scattered all around the land, I believe it was in the Midwest. I'm not 100% sure, but she was messing with Esau. They found her in different places. People weren't marching and, oh, it's just terrible. They keep doing this to us. She willingly went out with that guy. So most people, that I know anyway, weren't feeling too sorry for her. You know what I'm saying? So people that do actually have sympathy for the devil and they get touched on some evil type time, you kind of bought that upon yourself. Okay. In fact, let's read verse 16, Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. I was watching this, it was the true story, like the documentary or whatever. It's called Big Bitcon, right, on Netflix, Bitcon. And in it, I want to give it away. It's good. It's pretty good. I advise you check it out. Right. First thing, you can hear it. You can hear it in the title, Big Con. So I'm not giving anything away. You can read the description to find out. You know, the guy that, um, the main person, in this documentary, I guess you call it, was Esau. He was a criminal and he was conning people. You know, but one thing that was important to note that throughout his life, they talk about throughout his life, not this thing with the Bitcoin or whatever like that. Um, he would get Jake or somebody, uh, a little brown, so to speak, right, in front of him in his enterprises that he's doing dirt in, and when things go wrong, he immediately turns them in and say, "Oh, that's the guy you want," even though he was the main person pushing the criminality. So he made sure he had Jake in front of him just so he can push them in the forefront. Like, well, he's the leader. I was just following suit, you know? So let's say the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. So in his mind, he's always thinking, if I get caught, if the cops come today, I'm turning in Jermaine, you know? Jerome's going to be the one that's going to go to jail. And he did it multiple times where you realize it wasn't an accident. He had this plan the whole time. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Yeah, like, oh man, we're in trouble. What are we gonna do? But you know, the minute he has opportunity, you know, to turn somebody in, that's exactly what he did. You know, um, and left people in prison. You know, so yeah, I recommend that. It, check that out. He speaks sweetly, you know, but in his heart, it's a whole nother different animal. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 2. Talk about what, you know, this is the book of the law. We're not supposed to be messing with these dudes like that. You understand? And you know through the past how Esau gets down. So we cannot be surprised when he acts the way he always does. You know, it's nothing new. Deuteronomy 7, verse 2. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. So that goes, you know, that whole hold hands and everything. God don't want that, right? Thou shalt not, Asakia, thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Okay, but right now we're in captivity, so in order to get anything, you know what I mean? For the most part in America, you got to go through Esau one way or another, you know. But like it starts off saying, when the Lord shall deliver them before thee. So when that happens, we ain't got to do all that. We ain't got to make no covenant with them with you know, jobs or leases and, you know, mortgage payments, stuff like that, you know, because we'll be in power and that's coming. So let's not have sympathy for the devil in this time period when he's feeling the crunch. You know, this is what he bought. This is what he aimed for. You look at, it's a comedian named Louis C.K. and I always remember this. He made a He had some special or whatever on, and a bunch of Edomites in the audience, and he says, you know, we're not gonna fall from number one to number two. You know, this ain't gonna last forever. You know, but for right now, let's have a good time. You know, so they understand, just like in I believe that's Wisdom of Solomon, second chapter. Let's drink precious wine and smell every flower. You know, let's enjoy it while it lasts because it's not going to last forever. Their kingdom isn't an everlasting kingdom. Their kingdom has a date, and that date, when that thing is up, it's up. Okay. Let's end on Psalm chapter 79 and verse 12. All right, Psalm 79, verse 12. And render unto our neighbors sevenfold into their bosom their reproach, wherewith they have reproached thee, O Lord. So Most High One, they get sevenfold of what they have coming to them, you know. And Revelation says double unto them. You know, their sins have reached up to heaven, you know. So how can their sins reach up to heaven and the Most High hears what they're doing here on earth? Destroying it, destroying the air, the water, there's pollution everywhere, it's chemtrails, uh, you know, there's things they put in these shots, all that, right? And he hears about it and he's checking it out, what's going on, and here you are standing in front of Edomites like, no, not them. They're not so bad. Nah, man, that sympathy that you have for the devil is gonna get you lined up as well. So be smart, know the scriptures. Matter of fact, let's get a couple more. Couple more. Let's get Amos 9 and 10. Because what it comes down to is the people that I see anyway, that are standing in front of this judgment or are attempting to. You're not going to stop the judgment of the Most High, but are attempting to, and uh, the Christian apologists that, you know, these Israelites are the worst people on the planet. You know, God loves everybody type thing. They don't even follow the law, right? These are blatant sinners that aren't following the law of God that are trying to tell us that this guy's safe when he's the walking epitome of evil, you know, that the Lord actually hates, as it's written in Malachi and Romans. All right, let's bring that out. Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. The sinners of the Most High, people going to die by the sword. You got to get yourself in order. Before you have sympathy for the devil who knows he's going down, prophesied to go down throughout the scriptures, before you stand in front of him, you got to get yourself in order. You got to get yourself right. You got to get your family in order. Okay? Because you're not standing in front of prophecy. Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah, obviously, chapter 1. And we'll start at verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. So they're getting rewarded for what they've done. They put out a bunch of hate, robbery, assaults, sexual assaults, anything you could think of underneath the sun that I could say, you know, without getting, yeah, well, you know, all these things that they've done, they're getting rewarded for. Okay? Only God can have your numbers dwindle as far as, you know, having children. That's not something that one person can have effect on a whole I guess race of people, a whole group of people. Only person that can do that is God. So this is prophecies happening. Like it says in verse 2, I have made thee small among the heathen. They're not having children. So this is the Most High God destroying them and prophecy taking place. Allow it to happen. Okay. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. So they're going to drink that cup. That cup surely will be passed to them. That cup of affliction. These curses will be on their backs instead of ours. Now, should that garner sympathy? No. That's prophecy. Stay out the way. All right. And that is the lesson called Sympathy for the Devil. Do not have any. Okay. Get yourself in order. They have a history of doing these things, leaving out of the wilderness and not letting us pass through. They have a history of Mordecai not bowing down to Haman and him getting into the king's ear to make a decree to kill all the Jews just because one person wouldn't bow down. All right. They have a history killing 7 sons in one day, and then the mother. All right, for not conforming to the ways of the heathen. They have a history killing infants, wringing them up by their necks because they're circumcised, and their mother for circumcising them. Okay, so these are the people. Raise it, even to the foundation thereof. This goes back um, to thousands of years, not just here in America. So it's not going to change. The only person that can change it is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why we follow the law, statutes, commandments written in the scriptures. We pray to the Most High and watch Him work, because He says vengeance is His. He made them. He's going to get them out of here. All right, written in 2nd Ezra 6 verse 8, I believe. All right, so now let's hopefully is edifying. All right, we understand that Esau's not going to change. We had to change ourselves. We had to become more holy, become more Christ-like, if you will. We have a great example of how to be on this planet. You know, we read about Yahushua, the prophets, the things they did right, the things they did wrong, and make ourselves better. Okay, so we'll make our election sure when that time period comes, and it's surely coming very fast. Okay, it's on its way. All right, so if you want to stand and face the east, prostrate and face the east, however you want to pray to the Most High God, give you a couple seconds to do that. This is the Lord's Prayer in Paleo Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malafaka, Daba'a, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Asha, Bo Ratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Natananawa, Lacham, Kal, Yowam, Wasalaf Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Kasalaf Nawa, Kabawaf Nawa, Wala'a, Dabi Nawa, Banasai One, Abal, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Wa Allah, Watapala Ruf, Lai Walamdam, Amen. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 9. After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Shema Yashirallah Yahweh Allah Haynawa Yahweh Aha Shema Yashirallah Yahweh Allah Haynawa Yahweh Ha Shemai Yasharala Yahweh Allah Hainawa Yahweh Ha. Hail Israel, Yahweh our power is one. Deuteronomy 6 verse 4, Creole of Israel. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. You have oil, you put some oil on your head and anoint your head with oil, and read the anointing prayer. Give you a couple seconds to do that. Right? Anointing prayer. Yabaraki Yahweh, Shamar Kar, An Yahweh, Pun Yahweh, Anyakar, Hanyakar, Yasha'a Yahweh, Pun Yahweh, Anyakar, Shamnakar, Shalom, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Babakashar, Shemai, Nawa, Aida, Shalak, Micah Allah, Elohim, La, Shema'io, Barak, Rupar, Izar, Magun, Kazak, Ataziyar, Bawa, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah, Yasha Allah, Ko, Akim, Ko, Akwathium, Ko, Bunim, Yasha Allah, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, Tawada, Allah, Awalon, Amen. All right. All praises to Yahweh Shemashak Yahweh Shai. So, no sympathy for the devil. Okay, the devil's gonna be the devil. That's what they do. Okay, evil is evil. All right. There's no union with the light and dark. All right, good and evil. Let them perish, and you build yourself up in these last days. Look at all these amazing things happening, sightings in the skies, on the ground. Um, it's a lot going on, so uh get closer to the Most High, more holy, more set apart, more out of the mindset, out of this world. It's crumbling in front of your face. um and get ready for the next kingdom to come. All right. Yabba Shemal Shah Brakatah. Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Kwom Yashala. We got next. Shalom, y'all.